Why do people go to war? Why do foreign fighters do what they do? We've been called war tourists, mercenaries, all sorts of things. Well, I summed it down to 6 different types of people that I've met while I've been there, and also what I've been. Because I've changed a lot since 21 years old when I joined the YPG, up until 25 years old when I was in Ukraine. So let's talk about that. The first type of person that goes to war is called a war tourist. This is not the majority of them, unlike what the media will tell you. Not everybody's just trying to get a cool fight and cool stories and stuff, but there are certainly some.
Listen, man, you're gonna get a silver star out of this when it's all over.
And when I was in the YPG, I keep it real on this channel, and I don't do Pride anymore, but I was there for Pride. I was there as a war tourist. I wanted cool stories.
No. I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Just got out of the Marine Corps, didn't get deployed, and it was important to me that I had to prove myself, right? And I did out of ego. And at the end of the YPG, I started to realize, okay, why am I actually here? Am I here to kill ISIS? Yeah, but it was because I wanted to tell people about me killing ISIS. Not a good thing. But you know, the main majority of people, I would say about 80% of the people that I've met in all 3 of these groups, they're good-hearted people. It's people who really care. It's people who want to help Ukrainian people. They want to help YPG, YPS, the Syrian, Iraqi people, the Yazidis. It's very important to them. And for myself, I would say in YPS, I went for the right reasons. Obviously, I wanted to go and fight somebody. But guess what? I spent 13 months, which was 5 months extra than the contract, because I enjoyed it there, and I knew I was helping. Wasn't exactly what I had imagined war to be like, but it's a good time, and I was helping people. So, good-hearted people who really want to help the Ukrainian people, they exist, and they're the majority of them. The next type of people are, this is a really sad one, but it's people who fought in Afghanistan, fought in Iraq before. And as you know, about a year, 2 years ago, the U.S. withdrew from Afghanistan, and what that created was, can you imagine yourself? Some of the people I met in Ukraine especially, they spent 10 years in Afghanistan, 5 years. They were part of insane operations at the beginning of the Afghanistan war, and to see it all, some of them were shot, all that for nothing, it's really sad. So a lot of these people, they're good-hearted people, but they just want to fight. They want to do the work for a country that will appreciate them. People who want them there. So that's why a lot of the people are out there. And it gives me chills just thinking about it. It's meeting people like that, you can imagine just how impactful that is. Because if they were back home after the Afghanistan war, it's a really tough time to digest that. A lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of drinking, from what I've been told. So, the next type of person sort of goes on with that. Doomers. I've made a video about doomers before. I was in this exact van when I was talking about it. I would say for myself, I was a doomer when I joined the YPG and the Marine Corps. I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. And I had joined those things because I thought, you know, regular life, they're not going to go and appreciate me if I just get a regular job, you know. It was partly out of pride, obviously, as I talked about earlier. But I didn't think there was any other chance, any other option for me. So I decided, okay, I'll go there. And this goes for anything, not just war. Think about yourself in situations where you were depressed and you had to make a tough call. You had to make a decision that was probably pretty drastic. You're not a doomer necessarily, but it's a doomer mentality of just like, all right, I gotta do something, and I'm just gonna do some random crazy thing like going to war. I met a lot of those types of people in Ukraine, and also YPS and YPG. But mostly Ukraine, unfortunately. There's a lot of doomers. A lot of people who are dealing with suicidal tendencies, and it's some sad stuff. We're going to be getting into that, by the way. The next type of person, kind of weird, but they do exist. Very, very few of them, but they do exist. Think about it. If you're in a war zone, what do you need? You need some high-grade painkillers. And you know what those are made out of, oftentimes? Opium. Alright, so there's a lot of people who go there for free drugs.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
So you're telling me I can just go to the front line, you're going to give me on my combat pill pack some heavy grade, painkillers. There are people who abuse that stuff. So that is one type of person who goes there, because you guys were asking. Drug users. Schizos. I don't mean to go on, I know that schizophrenia is an actual thing, and I've got friends who have schizophrenia and stuff, but I call them schizos because it's people who are narcissistic, it's people that are making stuff up in their mind, like, oh, I've been in the military for this long, when in reality they're in ROTC. Or
We've killed people.
It's impossible to verify the specific details of these young soldiers' accounts. In fact, Alfie had left Ukraine. According to a Ukrainian source who checked the border logs, he never actually made it to the front. The day after we spoke with him, he headed to the border with Poland and never came back.
Oh, I've been deployed before. You were never deployed. There's people who lied about that stuff. There's a lot of people who are like that, who strive to get to leadership positions so they can be like, yes, I've got all these amazing people under my control because I'm the best. And it's like you're not. It's just you're striving towards leadership positions, and they're oftentimes not a good leader. This is something that I've seen in all different groups. It's not many of them, but there are schizos. There's crazy people out there. The next type of person is mercenary. All right, this is non-existent in Ukraine, and non-existent here, and non-existent there. How many times have I been called a mercenary? Oh God, there's a lot of Russian bots, so I don't know how many are real. But you know how much money I made in 4 months in Ukraine? Guess. 3,500 hryvnia. Sounds like a lot, right? It's like $200.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
I didn't make any money. I lost it. I lost about, including plane flights and everything, about $8,000. $8,000. That's a lot of money, and that's out of my own pocket. I don't make money on YouTube. Just so you guys know, we don't do this out of money. You don't get paid. YBS, I get paid $300 a month. YPG, $70 a month. I don't even know if YPG is getting paid anymore. I know some guys who were in for 6 months and they didn't get paid a cent. This is a thing that happens, and people don't do it for money. It's a common stereotype. So those were the types of people that I met, but I think it's important to say that humans are complicated, all right? There's a lot of different reasons that people do anything, all right? It doesn't matter what it is. You can think in your life. How many times did you have to make a tough decision? How many times did you decide, okay, I'm gonna go to college. I don't really like it, but it would be good for my future. And then, oh, maybe I can meet somebody, or oh, but maybe I can just work at this job. There's tough decisions. This is no different. Being a war fighter, like going and doing foreign fighter work, there's ego involved, there's pride, there's good-heartedness, there's all sorts of different things. The main thing is that when you join, when you do something like this, when you do anything in life, you want it to be more of a reason of good-heartedness and doing things out of a good reason than a bad reason. You're always going to have a bad reason. It's always going to be a struggle. I've always struggled with pride. But I'll tell you what, when I joined YBS, when I joined Ukraine, it wasn't out of pride. And I can say that for myself. It wasn't out of like, oh, I want to be like the cool guy. I did it because I wanted to help. And especially, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to help people who are thinking about joining or whatever it is. Trying to help and give life advice. And that gets into my last point. I am not a recruiter.
Moreno, hop in. We're taking you to the front.
I'm not trying to convert you into a foreign fighter and make you run away and give up all your things so you can become a foreign fighter. It's not cool.
I don't know, man. You kind of remind me of my little brother. He always tried to do his best. I'm just doing mine.
Going to war does not make you cool. It will not give you more confidence. It won't give you, oh yes, I've been to war. I can stand. You know, you see Jocko Willink, you see all these different people. It's easy to look at those people and be like, wow, if I was just in war, if I had just fought and done these crazy operations, maybe people will respect me. They won't. People don't care. I've never told anybody while I was here, back home, who wasn't like my direct friend or family, that I was in Ukraine. I go to the gym every day. Nobody knows what I did. And that's not why I did it. I did it out of my own reasons. All right? So I don't need to tell everybody. And if you do tell everybody, you're going to be an asshole. So it's that's something I learned when I was in YPG, because I talked about it all the freaking time. So hope you enjoyed. That is the different types of foreign fighters that I've met, and hopefully you understand it a little bit more. I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace.